Hello everyone, welcome you all for the Startup Stories episode. My name is Guna, I'm a startup coach and the author of the book Startup Recipe. In this episode, we have a very special person, my good friend Priyank with us. He's going to share his entrepreneurial journey. He started his career as an IT entrepreneur and then he became a wellness entrepreneur. With his experience, with his practice for the last 23 years in healing and meditation, he started training a lot of people on how to accomplish their abundance in health, finance, and relationships. He also got awards, some important awards, and he has been trained so far 27,000 people in the last 10 years. He was awarded as India's leading abundance and wellness coach and also been awarded as honorary doctorate by American University. So let's welcome Priyank for this episode of Startup Stories. Welcome, Priyank.
Thank you, Guna, for having me. Thank you, everyone, for watching till this point and watching further as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Priyank. Priyank, the reason why I'm doing this startup story series is a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs want to come into entrepreneurship, but they have a lot of doubts, a lot of fears, and they don't know what is right, what is wrong, and they see few entrepreneurs are failing. So they want to learn and then they want to get into that. And my responsibility is to give them as much as learning as possible. So what I've done is through the startup story series, I am bringing a lot of successful entrepreneurs who are sharing their stories, not only positives, also what are the mistakes, challenges, etc., from which all these community members are learning. So that is what we are going to do today also. But the first thing with which we are going to start is how you became an entrepreneur. How did that happen? Can you just share how you became an entrepreneur?
Um, I had no clue about what entrepreneurship was when I was in the college, though I had subject during one of the phases, but still, theoretically I learned, but it was okay. Then I went to something called Entrepreneurship Summit. There I get so much pumped up people sharing success stories, become entrepreneur, this, that, follow your passion. And I said, let me also be an entrepreneur. Let me start up. So I start up. I did for 6 months. Then I won some award money. So
We
I again
just
restarted.
lost you in between, Priyank. Just can you go 10 seconds before and you can start because there was a lag. You can continue then. Yeah, please. Just 10 seconds.
Yeah. So in college, I had no clue about what was entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Though I had subject. Once I went to a event called Entrepreneurship Summit, where I got pumped up and how to start up, what are the success stories happening in the world, creating employment, all those things. Because of getting pumped up, then I said, I also want to become entrepreneur. So I just started up,
Okay.
having no clue further how to start up and all. That didn't work out. Then I did 6 months job. After 6 months job, again I resumed my entrepreneurship journey in the IT space of social media marketing and website designing. 2014, I felt IT and social media are good and passionate, but I'm more passionate about healing and spiritual aspects. That's when I chose to transition from the IT space entrepreneur to a wellness space entrepreneur. Where I started training people on various healing modalities so that one can unlock their full potential, leading healthy, wealthy, and prosperous life. So that's how the entrepreneurship journey been.
Wow, super. So from an IT entrepreneur, you became a wellness entrepreneur, and the initial stage you just started because you saw some event. They said startups, you can also become an entrepreneur. Just that motivation made you to start. But but
Yes,
but
yes.
that's not one. That's the only thing not enough for somebody to start an entrepreneurship, right? What do you think about it?
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the best things happen. Also, one of the biggest mistakes to say so. People say follow your passion, follow your dreams, take action. In the beginning, you have to struggle. Give 1 2 years time. All those dramatical concepts were there. But when I get on field, I sat with laptop with my product ready. I had no clue what is marketing, no clue how to do sales, no clue how to get customers. Just sitting with laptop and saying as a startup entrepreneur, having the name tag, yes, I'm a CEO of XYZ company, was feeling good factor for a few months. But when there is no money coming to the bank account, that hits the reality that
Correct.
this is not what entrepreneurship is. We need to have right coaches and mentors, have all the systems and structures in place. Then only we can serve more people and help more people.
Obvious. That reminds me about a lot of people who are very proud about just about their visiting card with logo and that
Yeah.
CEO and that
Yeah.
managing that name. Okay, okay.
Having logos and websites and having a visiting cards with multiple logo, multiple ventures is beautiful. But what's more beautiful is having growing, serving more people, selling our products, and having the cash flow in the bank as well.
Well said, Priyank. Doing real business is what is more important. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for that. And you said you just jumped in without any knowledge of marketing or without taking any guidance or something. So obviously you would have done many mistakes. That is why you got failed in the first business, and then you have to move to something else. So can you mention few mistakes so that people who want to start a business, at least they will be aware of these mistakes and they'll not get into it. Can you share few
Yes.
mistakes which
Yes.
you come across?
First of yes, number one thing is the number one thing people hear these days. The motivational speakers, yes, especially. I'm not blaming them. What they're doing is very good, but lot of things. Follow your dreams, follow your passion, take action. All those things, because of which people tend to leave everything and jump into entrepreneurship, not starting earning,
Okay,
because of which they are only suffering, and their family also suffer because of lack of cash flow, no settling happening 1 2 years, not having coaches and mentors. That's again a mistake. All those things. And second, third aspect, people focus more operation side of the business as they're passionate. They love to do execution, creation, designing, all those things which they love.
correct.
But operations of the side of the business won't bring money. Business side of the business brings money. That's a big opening when one of my coaches gave this suggestion. Raju Talreja, he clearly mentioned, because of this biggest failures happen. We need to focus business side of the business, not operations side of the business.
Yes,
Both is balance is required.
super, super. Priyank, can you also mention how important it is to have some basic calculation, at least like how much I'm investing, how much is going to come? Do you think this is something basic which somebody should know before they start a business?
Yes, the biggest mistake what happens is suddenly an idea comes, the person becomes like even me or other people. I've seen many people. There is an idea, they are super passionate, yes, whatever, are willing to do whatever it takes. Sometimes they invest months and years in developing the products, investing lakhs, investing in inventory. All this investment happens. But when they enter the market, one, there is either no requirement at all for that service what they're offering. Second, uh, the service they're offering is not that much quantum of amount of revenue generating as much compared to what they invested. So this basic analysis is very much required. I follow simple funda. I guide many of my mentees saying, first start selling even before you have product. So when, if the people are ready to purchase, if you have 10, 20 people ready to purchase or even give early bird offer and sell that off, then create and then deliver, then you'll understand, is market really needing your product and services? Is it really required? If the market is not responding, there is a clear message your service or product is not needed. Or if you're not able to sell, entrepreneurship is not for you.
Well said.
Selling is the most important skill.
Well said. Well said. Selling is most important. If you are an entrepreneur, you are going to sell.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's right. Super.
Most of us being in the starting phase, I also used to hate sales. I used to say myself as the worst salesperson in the world. But once the perception transformed with me that uh, we usually about this concept of sales, we have many negative emotions that sales is like bugging people, betraying people, sales is follow up, too much rejections, all those things. Those are lower vibratory emotions. When we shift to the higher vibratory emotion, that sales is pure form of love with an intention the other people is getting help with our product and services. So when we sell with love with an intention they get value, we also get 10x value in returns. That's the shift happened for me.
Super. Thank you. So always think that you are going to add value to others. So don't worry about selling because you are selling so that they are getting some value. Super. That's a super
Selling
message.
is nothing but adding value
Yes.
and having an energy exchange in the form of money and services.
Super. Super. Thank you. And since you started without any experience and you said you did some mistakes, you would have got a lot of challenges and you moved from one industry to another industry and In the last 10 years journey, you would have had a lot of challenges. If you have to mention few challenges from that, what will be that?
Few challenges is not having any clue how to get the next project. Like
Okay.
BNI and although it were there, we were not knowing that much,
Okay.
or not knowing how to do marketing sales, how to generate more leads. Then there were some partnership disputes.
Okay.
Ground rules were not set properly. Having agreements in place were not in place. So these are the common mistakes happening. So the important thing is having everything in written.
Okay.
Second, knowing all aspects of business, how to run marketing, sales, operation, HR, management, accounts, research and development, all these aspects. And once we explore the knowledge, then we can start delegating.
Okay.
So even without knowledge, if we hire also, the person will keep doing something and we don't know if the person is working or not.
Yes.
So best is first knowing the knowledge by self and then hiring and outsourcing.
Okay. Okay. So, Priyank, a lot of new aspiring entrepreneurs want to start business by partnering with their friends, relatives, or say their ex-colleagues or someone. So, what will be your message for somebody who is going to start a business and want to start with a partnership, and how to have a good partnership for lifelong, and how to grow that business instead of having some conflicts? What will be your
Yes.
suggestion or tip for them?
So when we start as friends or relatives or colleagues, there is a sense of casualness, and yes, there is a beautiful relationship of trust that exists there. But as the journey of entrepreneurship begins, there are bound to come imbalances between the relationship. One person works more, one person works less. And the person working more might have less amount of company shares, and person working less might have more amount of company shares. That creates an ego conflicts and self-esteem conflicts.
Okay.
So in the beginning, we have to have clear in written what roles and responsibilities is each one of us going to take. That should be a clear funda, and how much revenue share, company share split is going to be there. That should be clear funda, and also clear terms that if there is an imbalance of work happening, maybe in few months or few years we will revise the amount of percentage share and revenue share also. That concept also beginning itself is clear. That's more important. And usually when we start as a partners and friends, we say blame each other. Tum kar lo na, you do, will do, all those things. And days and months just pass away. Entrepreneurship journey is a very costly journey because every single day you are not making money means you are investing money, and which is you are losing it. Investing in terms of time won't come again. So time is very valuable as I said. Creating website itself 1 2 months pass away. Creating product itself 3 to 6 months pass away. Getting first client itself 3 to 6 months pass away. So we need to have strong deadlines, strong agreements, strong clear terms, strong roles and responsibilities clear. That's very important.
Super, super. So we need to be clear on the legal side and the numbers, and also what are the roles and responsibilities. Very good. That's
Yes.
a good tip for someone who want to start with a partnership business, even if they are very close friend, or if even if they are very close relative.
Even if
Don't
spouse also.
yeah,
Even if spouse also.
spouse also. Please be very clear on these terms. So that's from an experience. Priyanka is sharing a lot of tips to us, and please make a note of it. And Priyank, you are into healing and meditation, and you're training a lot of people to accomplish their abundance in health, wealth, relationships, etc. For startups, because obviously somebody who wants to start a business is obviously looking for abundance. Only then they will want to get into entrepreneurship. Like how you said, you went to an event, you saw I can also become an entrepreneur. There is an abundant possibility. Everybody is first motivated by some kind of reading a book or watching a movie, or somebody told them. Now they are looking for abundance, but now how do they train themselves? How do they with your healing and meditation practices? What should they do so that they can tune themselves towards abundance in the right journey? So what they should do? Can you give a small tip on that, please?
Yes. Let me first lay a ground foundational concept saying We itself we live in four realms parallelly: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. These four are either inner world or outer world. Our physical world is only outer world. The rest, mental, emotional, and spiritual, are inner world. If you see, out of four realms, three realms are of inner world, only one fourth is outer world. But be it working professional or an entrepreneur, always focuses on the outer world. If the business is not coming, changing marketing strategies, changing sales strategies, or getting new people on board, doing something more on outer world only. But the pattern keeps repeating, keeps failure happening. Why? Because the rest of the three fourth is not being focused. Whatever is in the rest of the three fourth is being printed out in the one fourth outside. So one need to start focusing on the inner world practices as well, like healing, meditation, spiritual practices, to reprogram the inner world so that the outer world also starts changing. Outer world is just an effect. The root cause is here. How much ever you treat the effect, it will keep on repeating unless the root cause is addressed. How the root cause can be addressed? One of the major, there are many energy concepts. Because of time limitation, we can't understand it. One of the major limiting aspect is the our beliefs. Like uh, you need to work hard, then only you can become successful, or you need to work day and night, then only you can make money. These are limiting beliefs. We can become successful working less also, doing smart work also, doing proper money management also. We need to uproot all the limiting beliefs which we heard since childhood. Money doesn't grow on trees. You need to give 2 years for your business. uh, I can make 50,000, 1 lakh rupees only in this business. These are like limiting beliefs. We need to go into the exploration phase, discover what is our limiting beliefs, uproot them with healing and meditation practices, reprogram with the positive belief, which is supportive with the current lifestyle. Then the person can start growing slowly. If the thermostat of the person, if the inner world of the person is set that the person is can earn only 1 lakh rupees per month, anything that comes beyond 1 lakh, the person starts losing. Whatever the person has current revenue, that is the current thermostat. So healing, meditation, and spiritual practices are continuously required to upgrade the thermostat to 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 1 crore, 2 crore. So when the inner world thermostat is higher, then the outer world results also will come more.
Thank you. Thank you for that amazing insight on how they should focus on changing themselves from inside so that results will change outside. And you have shared already few tips and suggestions to the aspiring entrepreneurs. But if I have to ask you some more suggestions, some more tips
Mhm.
for somebody who want to start an entrepreneur journey, because you have been through it, you know how the journey is, and you know on the other side there is a huge success. But on the journey, you would have understood, you would have experienced a lot of things. With that experience, what tips or suggestions you want to give to aspiring entrepreneur who want to start a business now?
My number one request is please have a coach or mentor. Please, please, please. Because in the entrepreneurship journey, when we start, we have no clue how to go. There might be many pitfalls. We fall in a pitfall. It will take few days, months to recover. Then I start proceeding again. One more pitfall. All those things. But a right coach and mentor having in our life, they'll clearly tell you, these are the pitfalls. Go to there. Do this. Do this. Do this. Right direction. They help us to pass through the journey, which might have taken us for 2 to 5 years or 10 years. Maybe we can complete the journey in half or one fourth of the time itself when we have the right coach and mentor. It's very, very important. Second, focus a lot on inner world. Only outer world working won't be sufficient. In is the only way out. When you transform internally, then only outside you can transform. Third, please start selling. Improve on the sales skills. Read and start selling. Have conversation. Sales is nothing but selling your thought process concept to other person. If you are asking a glass of water, another person is giving you, that is also selling. Selling is no different than just a conversation. So learn the art of sales. Uh, then fourth, sell in advance before starting itself to know will the market respond or not. That's important. Fifth, have proper deadlines. Please have deadlines. Say if you are not completing the task below before this, I'm not going to do this anymore. Or pay some fine structures. Else the time keeps just passing.
Thank
Those
you.
are the tips I would like to share.
Super, super. In this quick interview, you have shared a lot of tips. So thank you very much for sharing your journey quickly in this 30 minutes and also giving a lot of tips and insights on how they should get prepared for their entrepreneurial journey. So thank you very much, Priyank. Thank you for sharing all this. Thank you for being
Thank you,
here
Guna,
in
for
this
having me.
episode of Startup Story.
Thank you, Guna, for having me. And thank you, everyone, for watching this video. And I hope this video has added value. Please don't make these mistakes and start taking action.
Thank you. Thank you, Priyank. Dear viewers, I hope you have got a lot of insights from the journey of Priyank. Kindly make note of it and always remember these things. Don't do these mistakes and be successful in your entrepreneur's journey. So kindly share this video to as many people as possible so that they can also understand and they can also do the right things and avoid wrong things and they can also start a business and become successful. I will see you in the next episode of Startup Stories with one another entrepreneur with their successful journey. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next interview.